There you go, guys, cracking roach. That was on maggot. I had 4 or 5 casts with bread flake, and the float kept getting really good positive bites, but every time I struck there was nothing there and the bread was gone. So I thought I'd try a maggot, which is a bit more substantial, and sort of they can get hold of that a bit better, and lo and behold, a beautiful cracking little roach. They're absolutely lovely. Morning, guys, Andy the Budget Angler here, just out at the chalk stream. I'm going to fish a few sections that I've not fished since last winter. The areas I'm going to are not really fishable in the summer, what with they're in parks and places, and there's always kids, dogs, inflatables, you name it, paddling and swimming and chucking stuff in the river. So now the weather's cooled down, I'm hoping there's not going to be many people in the water. Just this little spot here, I've sort of, I think the last video I filmed, I'm not sure if it came actually, but I sort of looked over the bridge here and saw a nice shoulder dace. So I'm going to try and have a fish if I can get a couple of them, and then I'm going to move on, see what else I can get. I know there's chub, roach and dace here. Most of these sections I've not been too played with trout, so fingers crossed we can sort of fish through them. They are a bit of sport and good fun, but they can be a bit of a nuisance when you want to catch some nice quality silvers. They will sometimes beat the silvers to the punch in terms of getting the bait. If that's not is that a metaphor? I don't know if you're talking about punch bread. Anyway, got some bread, got some maggots. Going to be trotting a float on the centre pin, and we'll see how we get on. Another cracking roach there, slightly smaller. That was just from the, just almost from those rapids there. Absolutely lovely little fish. And another cracking little roach, absolutely lovely. Beautiful, cracking dace there, absolutely lovely, just on a couple of maggots. Well, guys, look at that, cracking brownie, absolutely beautiful colours on there, really red. I've not had a trout from this spot before, so it's a bit of a surprise for me, but great fun in the fast flowing water. Is that a slightly better dace there, guys? Absolutely lovely. They're cracking little fish, and they're really, really pretty, lovely, lovely fish. Oh, lovely. Thought after that trout, a bit more perseverance with the bread flake and much better roach. Absolutely beautiful specimen, cracking little fish. Oh, this feels a bit better, although it's... Oh! Guys, it's one of them days today, guys. Right, guys, I'll just talk you through this swim a little bit. I like to try and do that when I come across sort of some features that might be relevant to you when you're fishing. But apologies, this is just on my phone and it doesn't have like an image stabilisation, so it's a little bit shaky. I don't know if you can see there. Where's my finger? There. That's my float hanging in the tree, so I've had to change floats. But I'm going to move on in a minute. But just so where it's obviously comes through this bridge, it's narrow. That the bridge span is quite narrow, so the water comes through at a faster speed, and it appears to be part of the structure. There's like almost like a little weir just along there. You can just see. And then there's a deep runnel along here. I've had a couple of fish out of this deep runnel, and then some of the roots from this tree I'm standing under are poking out there, so it gives a bit of cover for the fish. But the most sort of interesting feature is there's just this tree in the way, which hasn't made it that easy. So there's a bit of a back eddy there. You can actually see the flow going back where it just slightly widens. And then just here, there's sort of a deep trough before it goes off, really shallows up there, and then goes to sort of like a very shallow, only a few inches along there. So this is sort of a deep hole where you obviously find fish generally, but within the hole there's sort of a deep sort of trough there, and it's just at the start of the back eddy. And I've seen they come near the surface to take little bits and bobs. There's some dace and chub, but they just won't touch the bait. They're so wary, and the rope seems to be beating them to the punch. I can actually just see, you won't be able to see them coming out, I don't think, but I can just see a few of them. They're slightly bigger than the roach. I think they're chub. I can see the black tail. They're only little chublets, only small, but they're just in that dark bit there. So I suppose that the dark back of them camouflages them. But yeah, they sort of dart out of there into this sort of sandy area, and so that's where I've been trying to trot through, and that's where the better roach have come from. So I just wanted to kind of talk you through that really. So obviously on the edge of a back eddy, you're going to get a feature of some description where the bed of the river changes, and obviously as well it's a point where the water slackens, so any bait's going to sort of fall to the bottom. So that'll be the kind of place to look for, especially if you're trotting. It makes it difficult with it on that side of the river because it's obviously faster flowing along here than it is over there, and it's starting to go backwards. So what happens is if you've got any line on the surface of the water, as you're trying to mend the line, it's pulling a bow in the line there, and the float's getting dragged along faster than the flow of where the bait's sitting, so it looks unnatural. So what you want to do is keep your rod tip up and keep the line off the water, and so you can mend the line so you can get the float, stay in contact with the float in the slower flowing bit. It maybe even track it around the back eddy, but keep the line off of this fast flowing bit, because otherwise it will drag the float through. Oh, this is all right. I bet it's a trout. Come on, please be a chub. Oh, shit. Lovely trout there, guys. I think I'm going to move on from this spot. It was much better last year, but they've cleared a load of the snags and a lot of weeds sort of grown up where the light can get through, and so it's a totally different swim to what it was 6 or 7 months ago. And here, this time of year, I was getting plenty of small chub here, so I'm going to move on and see if I can get into some nice silvers again, but I'm not complaining. That trout was good fun. Ooh. Now that there, guys, is a dace. That is an absolute clonker. That's probably one of the biggest dace I've ever caught. I thought it was a trout at first. Absolutely fantastic. Slippery banks, guys. Oh, bloody hell. Nice fish. Oh, it's a chub. Cracking chub there, just on a bread flake, and he unhooked himself in the net. Absolutely lovely. Not a whopper by any means, but a real chunky. Look at the big gobble on there. They're lovely fish, aren't they? I really do enjoy catching chub. Beautiful looking thing. Oh, good fish. Trout. Beautiful brown trout there. Not as vivid markings as the last one, but great fun. Absolutely lovely. Real iridescent belly on him. Cracking little fish. Oh, blimey. Did you see that? Oh. Oh, he's going absolutely mad. It's going to be a trout with that leap, isn't it? Yeah. It's not even the biggest one ever. It's smallish. Well, there you go, guys. He's a bit bigger than I thought he was going to be. Absolutely cracking. Hopefully those leaps came out on the GoPro. He went absolutely mad. That was just on a little bread flake. Again, the bread always brings the better fish. I wish he was a chub, really, but he's still absolutely fantastic fun. Oh, this is another good fish. Might be a chub. No, it's not a chub. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh. That is a cracker there, guys. Really, really deep. It went absolutely mad in the fast flowing water. Absolute beauty. That was just on a size 18 hook, just lightly lipped as well. It's a miracle I'm landing all these fish, really, but they're really great fun. Absolutely go mad, and they fantastic. That again was just on a little tiny bread flake. Absolutely lovely. Ah, much better. And another cracking dace. What an absolute beauty. They really are lovely. That's in perfect condition as well. Quite pale fin. Sometimes they have a bit more of a reddy fin to that, but that one's very, very pale. They're lovely fish to catch, and they go just as mad, almost like a trout, really. They really do go crazy in the fast flowing water. Oh, excellent. Another absolutely clonking dace. I thought this might be a good little dace spot. Seen a few little small ones coming out, but I've just upped the hook size to a size 14 just because I was getting played by minnows, and hopefully that'll just put bigger bait on and keep out their mouths in these shallower stretches here where I know there's a lot of minnows, but that's a lovely dace. Oh, wow. Look at that, beauty, a gudgeon. I haven't had a gudgeon for ages. It's a really pretty one as well, absolutely lovely, and not a tiny one for a gudgeon, cracking. Bloody hell. It's not huge, but it's really, really giving me some stick in the fast flowing water, and I've only got light hook link, just £4. I can't see where he's gone now. Is he? Oh, he's in the brambles. There he is. I wonder what it is. Trout, we reckon. I'd say so. Sorry if you're getting the cricket bleeding through on the earphones. It's the T20 World Cup final, Australia, New Zealand. Trout. Well guys, another absolute whopper. I don't know if that's coming out, it's getting pretty dark now, but that is absolutely full. That is a real fat belly on that. I bet he's been gorging on minnows. Absolutely cracking fish. Really, really good fight in the fast flowing water. Lovely, lovely trout. Well guys, that was a fun little session, really, really good fun. I don't think I actually talked you through the gear I was using, but it's just the my standard 11-foot float rod, the centre pin, and I was just using to start with a little balsa avon that I made, and I lost that, and then I was just using a little section of peacock quill with a kebab skewer insert for the tip, and just where I'd whip the eye. It's just a little, it's really probably a waggler, but I just fitted it with double rubbers, and it was working a treat. It's so still and calm in terms of the wind. It's the first time I've been out fishing and it's not been blowing a hoolie. Really, 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 really nice to be out in the still weather. It's so mild for November as well. I'd be surprised if it's dropped below sort of 13 or 14 degrees today. A couple of points where I was sort of scrambling up and down the banks, I was getting a bit of a sweat up. It's been nice and mild, which I think has helped with the fishing, which has been great. Nice bit of bits and pieces fishing, really, I suppose you'd call it. I mean, roach and dace would have been the target, but I'm not going to say no to them trout. They are absolutely brilliant. They're so much fun. They're cracking, and that last one was an absolute whopper. So yeah, brilliant. And some of those dace today were really, really lovely. Hopefully I've got a few of them on camera for you, because they're really, really nice to see some quality dace. I struggled with dace last year. I think maybe I only got 1 or 2 of that sort of size, and so to get a few in a session has been really, really nice. No big roach today, and no perch either. I've not had a perch out of here yet, so fingers crossed we can try. I know they're in here talking to other anglers. They say they've had a few nice perch, and I've actually seen them swimming around further downstream. So yeah, plenty still to target, and I think it's going to make a really, really nice winter campaign again. I've got plenty of videos to come, plenty of fishing to come. So fingers crossed you'll join me for that, and hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you have, please hit that thumbs up. Please drop me a sub, and that just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys. Fish on.